A lot of people out there love to say that streamers only get bot lobbies. So today, we're breaking down this game right here for you. 19 kills in a 1.45 average KD lobby, a very sweaty lobby. Now, of course, the most important thing for success is going to be aim and movement, the execution component. But we're not going to pay too much attention to that today. What I really want to focus on throughout this gameplay is three main things: playing with momentum, anticipation and centering, and hip firing your SMGs. All things that help me drop a high kill game in a sweaty lobby that you can immediately start doing to have more success. Now, right here, early game, I get the Blixen. I get the meta SMG. There's multiple teams here, but now I have confidence to start challenging. So we're going to grab the Blixen. We're going to push through. We're going to get the down, get the thirst. Now, I noticed that there's at least one above me, but more importantly, that multiple teams are fighting. Now, I took no damage. I've got full plates. I've still got 55 rounds in the Blixen, so we're going to go ahead and challenge with momentum. Before we do, two quick things, two huge advantages early game are going to be stims and throwing knives. So I'm going to grab this stim and use it to my advantage. I get the speed boost, I get the health boost, and throwing knives really allow me to thirst kills without wasting ammo, and early game can be chaos, so both of those things are huge advantages. As we turn the corner right here, I want to highlight my centering because it's not perfect. Notice that right here, I'm technically around the corner. I'm susceptible and open to being shot from somebody straight down lane, but my crosshairs are not out yet. So we're going to see this be better in different situations throughout this gameplay. But right here, I am in a little bit of a situation to get caught. Now we get the down, we get the thirst, and right here is where I actually check the minimap. Now notice that because of the occupation scan, I don't know what level this player is on. So we're going to go ahead and challenge. Now, the centering this time is significantly better. Notice the crosshairs are already out. I make a little bit of an adjustment to hit the high damage areas. He had no plates, although we'll take it. And we've got 4 kills with 9 other teams. Now, there was one ghosted, so we're going to continue to challenge with momentum. We're going to push down below here and really see what we can find. I end up hearing him down below, and we're once again going to pay attention to my centering and how I go about centering my crosshairs. As I turn this corner, I shoot him a little bit. Now watch this super quick slide cancel, and I'll play back full speed for you. Right here is where I'm most susceptible because my crosshairs are barely out. There's a small window there where my crosshairs are not out that I'm susceptible to being shot. But I quick slide cancel, I'm able to get him out. Then we're able to go ahead and hit shots. So when you roll this back full speed, look how fast the slide cancel is. Slide cancel, and now the crosshairs are out again, and I can continue to challenge. One flying in. Now real quick, as we're continuing to play this early game, we're gonna go ahead and keep centering here, playing with momentum by repositioning while plating. That's a big component. If you are looking to get better at Rebirth or Fortune's Keep, just consider hitting that subscribe button down below. My whole goal is just to help you get better. I do videos every single day. If you are subscribed, thank you so much for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. Now we're gonna go ahead, quick fast forward there because I messed up my stream, but we're gonna push back in. I hear one to my left. Now, I know that this guy died over here, so we're going to go ahead and challenge. He actually makes a really good play with the weapon trading station. He trades in his pistol. He's able to grab a gun, but at the end of the day, I'm just able to win that gunfight with the Blixen. Everybody is across the street, so I'm not really in a good position right now. I grabbed the bar because up until that point, I didn't really have a long-range option. I was fighting with the Volk and the Blixen, which are two great options for control, but when you start, looking at long-range fights, they're not really good. So what do we do right here? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play this a little bit patient. I'm trying to see if they're going to push me, if somebody's going to fly back in, if there's anything that I can find. I'm going to be totally honest with you. Early game, I don't really love rotating out of areas until I'm able to get that loadout. I'll always try to get that loadout. I probably could have gone tents here or maybe even across the street to see what I can find. Now, I end up getting one right here who makes a great play. Great play right here, and you're going to see exactly what he does. He ends up pushing into this. He ends up hitting the jump spot and pushes into here, which kind of puts me in a weird spot. Now, I'm going to go ahead and push in. I'm going to cash right here, and I didn't realize I hadn't looted down here yet. I get cash right there. I get cash right there. And now all of a sudden, I'm able to get loadout. Now, I make a mistake here. I don't know why I didn't buy loadout down low. What I'm going to end up doing is pushing up top. When I push up top, I put myself in a bad spot. I don't know why I didn't buy it down low. It really makes no sense. But we're going to go ahead and challenge here. And what do you know? I'm going to get shot by a guy in tower. Is it a Rebirth game if you don't get shot by somebody in tower? Probably not. We're going to go ahead. Guy sitting up there, probably mounted with the meta gun. But my whole goal rate in this situation being low health, I just need to get loadout down. I don't want to waste my cash. I don't even care where I throw it. There's no ideal place to throw it. I just got to get it down, and as I push in, that guy sits there, and he gets me. Unfortunate situation. We've got 6 kills. We've got 9 other teams. Now I'm going to go ahead and make a play right here. I'm going to go ahead and float back to loadout. I'm going to play a little bit more patient. You know, there's two teams fighting down below. So one of two things is either going to happen here. Either they are going to, you know, third party and I'm going to put myself in a bad spot, or they're going to be so focused on each other that I'm going to be able to grab loadout, get away, and then start to reposition and play with momentum again and kind of challenge with that confidence, which is exactly what happens. I grab it real quick, and I want to talk about this guy right in front of me. This is a play that a lot of you make that you really need to stop doing. This guy is so predictable. I'm going to go ahead, push here, and I'm just going to wait for him. Now, this is where I talk about hip firing your SMGs. Watch how I hip fire this, which gives me a huge advantage, and then I jump backwards to kind of open up that FOV. There's the hip fire. There's the hip fire. Now, by the time he's broken is when I'm going to ADS. I'm able to get that kill. We get the UAV, we get the satchel, and I try to call in the UAV right here. I just can't quite get it, so I'm going to go ahead and keep moving. Now, let's slow down for a second because a lot's been going on up until this point. 7 kills, 8 other teams. We've got one team here. We've got UAV up. Now, this guy is kind of right to my, he's to my right. He's above me, but not totally sure where that is. So I'm going to go ahead and I hear the footsteps. So I anticipate around the corner. Watch the centering. Look at the centering right here. Head level, very close, very little adjustment. I'm anticipating this guy, and we're able to get that down. We're able to get that thirst. Now, all of a sudden, look at the mini-map again. You know, I've got a lot of people around me, so we're going to go ahead and challenge right here. We're going to see what we can find. Watch the hip fire again. This is why hip firing your SMGs are so important. And you can even hip fire your AR. You can hip fire your LMG. I mean, it's not broken, but it's definitely unfair that I can hit that guy so cleanly with, you know, a hip fire. Now, we talk about playing with momentum. Watch this hip fire again, and then we'll talk about playing with momentum. Like, how am I supposed to... How is that fair? I have no idea. Now, I noticed that one is on my level. So, I took a little bit of damage there. We got 43 rounds of my Blixen. I'm going to go ahead and challenge with momentum. I try to see if that door's open. It's not open. I try to see if he's there. He didn't peek on that side. So now we're going to anticipate with intent. You know, I am ready for this guy. Verticality in terms of centering, not perfect, but I am anticipating with intent here. Watch how quickly this actually happens. As I push in, I am ready for this guy to be around this corner. There's no question that he is there. I know that that guy's there. Now, because I get that clean kill, I took a little bit of damage there. I can once again challenge with momentum. So we're going to push around the corner. We center. We hit shots right there. We get the down. Unfortunately, we get shot in the back. We get third-partied right there. It is what it is. We've got 10 kills in the first circle, or maybe a little bit over the first circle, with 7 other teams. You know, we're on 30 bomb pace here. Of course, it's 19, so we're going to slow down a little bit. Now, when your loadout is on prison roof, do not linger on prison roof. Just get down. Just play the odds that there's somebody on water tower, in lighthouse, on rooftop. Just get down from there. There's got to be somebody up there. We're going to go ahead and push this way. Now, I hear one to the right. Now, we talk about anticipation with intent. Centering, really good. Anticipation, not good, because even though I anticipated that he was there, I wasn't ready to actually shoot him, which is why, you know, I end up just keep moving, because he has that advantage. I've already given up kind of that reaction time, plus I'm down to only a plate and a half. Now, I hear people in lobby, so we're going to go in and challenge this way and see what we can find. I see one right here. We're able to get the down, and we're able to get the thirst. Not quite. 3 people right here. Look at all 3 of them. So the guy I downed, there's guy number 2, there's guy number 3 rolling in right there. So, you know, that's a little bit of an unfortunate situation. It's part of a sweaty lobby. You're going to get teams rolling together, and these guys just covered each other's backs very well. I'm going to be totally honest here for a second. Let's be real. The time jumps. I tried to land on Lodi. There was a guy literally sitting on top of it. So I took that death out of there because it was a little bit unfortunate. It is what it is. You know, I tried to go back. Guy's just sitting on it. There's nothing you can do. So now I know that I cannot drop on loadout right here. So I'm going to go back to where I died. Now, can we quickly talk about something? Meta guns. I have an LC-10 right here. LC-10, not good. Modern Warfare MP5, not good. Cold War MP5, not good. OTS-9, not good. Blixen, Marco, Armaguerra. Those are your options. MP40, okay. The margin for error with the MP40 is 0, where with the Blixen, the Marco, and the Armaguerra, you have a little bit of room for error. So with this MP40, you know, I've got to hit all high damage areas. I've got to force my enemy to miss shots. That's the only way I'm going to win that gunfight. So I end up hearing one to my left, and I'm being patient here because I need to get a clean kill to get that momentum back, to get plates, to get information, to get ammo, and potentially get a Blixen. So I hear one to the left. We're going to go ahead and challenge this guy. I hit all my shots. I get the first shot there. I use a little bit of movement, and I'm able to win that even though he had the Blixen. But notice how much damage that I took right there. I took a lot of damage. We got a few subs coming in, too. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. If you are new here, welcome. Like I said, my whole goal is just to help you get better. Now, I did not notice that I gave up the Blixen there. I didn't notice that I double switched. I dropped the MP40 for the Blixen, and then I dropped the Blixen for the MP40. It was a mistake just from playing too quickly. So now watch how this happens right here. Let's talk about centering once again. I'm going to see this guy right there. Okay, let's slow this down. So we see him right here. Watch the centering around the corner. The slide cancel is what allows me to get my crosshairs out. This is one of the biggest things that I want you to work on. Look at this slide cancel. As we challenge, crosshairs are out. Look at the centering right there. Centering is close. Is it perfect? No, but all we have to do is make a little bit of an adjustment to hit that headshot, and we even mixed in some hip fire right there. Now, the other guy is straight back, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to quick stim. Now we're going to go ahead and play it up. Now we're starting to play with some momentum here. You know, we've got 12 kills. We've got 6 other teams. You know, we've got to figure out the gun situation because we don't have good guns and we can't get our loadout. So I'm going to go back to where I killed that guy after I anticipate here. I heard him. We're going to go back to where I killed the guy previously. Give me the Blixen. I want the Blixen. So we're going to grab the Blixen and once again, watch the centering around the corner. Watch the centering around the corner. We're going to challenge this guy in lobby right here. Just absolutely perfect centering. We're going to slow this down once again, and I'll play full speed for you too. As I turn the corner, slide cancel. There's the slide cancel. Look at the centering. High damage areas. Jump to get the headshot. That's what allows me to win that gunfight. Look how much health I have left, right? So I don't have a whole lot of health left. Those are the things that allow you to start to win those 50-50s and those gunfights in the sweaty situations. And we even get a little bit of hip fire in there. They're all up above. So we're going to go ahead and play it up here. 5 other teams. We've got 13 kills. Let's see what we can find. Now, as I push around the corner, watch how I use my movement here to peek basically 2 guys, right? So I see the first one. The second one is now looking at me. So I actually jump to the right, which allows me to get behind cover. That's just a little thing, little movement thing that you can use to your advantage. And then I'm going to get out because there's a lot of teams here. Obviously, there's a lot going on. The pace is very different. That's why I want to focus on, you know, the anticipation and centering, the hip firing. Once again, you're going to see me hip fire right here. This is probably the best example of hip firing. Look how much I've hip fired already. That gives me the advantage. I've taken a lot of damage. So now we have to use movement. And that's where I don't want to focus too much on that because it's very prescriptive, you know, getting repetition in, starting to feel more confident with those things. Whereas anticipation and centering is a little bit of practice, you know, hip firing SMGs is practice as well. But there's a lot of gameplay strategy that we're going to be focusing on here. 14 kills, 5 other teams. Now, I rotated ahead early. You know, the way I view this situation right here is third circle. I obviously am going to peek this guy. I'm going to get the down, even with the flinch, which isn't fair. But I'm going to go ahead and rotate down the hill. Now, my thought process is, why am I going to try to fight these teams and have to rotate with gas at the same time? That annoying situation where you run up a little bit and then you shoot, and then you got to worry about gas. And then you run up a little bit and then you shoot. Then you got to worry about, no, just push ahead. Just push ahead. Take advantage of positioning right here. I'm going to play it up and we're going to see what we can find. You know, and we're going to end up holding this guy out of circle. We're going to have a little bit of an advantage on this guy because he's rotating down from circle. We're going to challenge around the corner. Now, watch how predictable he is, right? I see him pushing right into this tent. So I'm going to go ahead and meet him around the side, anticipating crosshairs out. Once again, anticipating crosshairs out. He was a bullet because of my teammate, but you should always be anticipating. You should be slide canceling around every single corner, especially when you're in those close quarter situations, because it's going to either allow you to anticipate and be ready for that enemy, or it's going to allow you to reset your tac sprint and keep moving to the next area that you can anticipate. Now, right here, respawn disabled, focusing on the win. Big living is definitely where we want to be, but we're going to end up playing this a little bit more aggressive. I don't know why I keep switching Blixens. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I should have just stuck with one. Now, people 2 buildings over, right? Everybody kind of has to push to us right now. These teams would have to push to us. You know, we'd have the advantage over the teams in Foursquare, but we're going to go in and push here. We're going to play this a little bit aggressive. I think I was going for the 20, which is why. We're going to choke the 20, by the way. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. You got it. We're going to choke the 20. We'll talk about how. We're going to go ahead and push in here. Challenge up top. I know he's up there, right? Centering. Down, thirsted. Now, I didn't know if there was another teammate in here, and the moment I see that there's not, I'm going to go ahead and push back. We're going to play positioning here in Big Living, especially because my teammate died, so I thought my other teammate might need help, but ends up being able to clean that up. We get one in here, so I go in. Doesn't matter. Doesn't need my help. 17 kills. We've got 2 other teams. We don't know if it's a 2v3v1 or a 2v2v2, so just need to keep that in mind. Although, if you think about it, there was only one guy left when I killed the guy at the top of the stairs, so it's probably a 2v3v1. Now we go with this Blixen. Now we switch the Blixen again. There's one up top here. We hear the ladder. Trying to see what I can find. Don't see anything. And the unfortunate part is we can't get an angle. I wish they would add like a ladder on this building. Teammate goes down. I wish they would add a ladder that you can like get up there another way. You know, add like 2 ladders on the outside of the building. I do that for audio purposes so I can hear. Now we challenge. We're going to go ahead. Yep, we get the down. And I do get the thirst there, so I can get that guy out and they can't res. Now 2 up above. So now I do know that it is a 2v1v1. Got 2 up above me. Now, this is kind of where I made a little bit of a mistake. I should have early rotated this. And I get caught in a weird spot right here. We'll talk about exactly why. I want to I kind of want to late rotate this. Now, I don't know why that guy was still just kind of sitting there. But we're going to go ahead and play gas mask. Here's the problem. When you look at this end circle right here, notice that like none of this is like cover, right? There's like no cover around here. Even though it's technically high ground, there's like not a great position for you to be in. You know, if this building was in, you play this building, but the problem is you can't. So now I'm in a really tough spot. I kind of have to commit to playing the gas mask. So we're going to go ahead and push people above. Get one over there. We hit shots that way. I hear one over to the right. We see this guy. We hit shots there. So it's a 1v1 situation. 19 kills, 1v1. I didn't realize that I don't have any plates until about now, and I'm trying to see where this guy is. I can't find him. I don't know where he is. I can't hear him, and then I get caught in a really bad spot. You can barely see him right here. You see him on the wall, and now I realize that I'm, like, in a bad spot. Now, if I could do this over again, here's what I would do. Because obviously I told you I get 19 kills in this lobby, so I'm going to lose this. And it's unfortunate how I lose this. I had a chance. If I were to play this over again, this is a stim play. Then I go left, or I kind of push into like this building. I stim play again. Then I throw down the muni box, so I have 2 more stims, and I just keep playing the stims until I can get the advantage. Instead, I try to go challenge and make a play. I'm going to go ahead and try to hit him with the Blixen. I've got 1 shot, and I break him. Super unfortunate right there. I wish I could have clutched, but I couldn't. 19 kills in a 1.45 average KD lobby. I hope you found today's video helpful. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.